Good day, everyone. My name is Yanami Ibanez, and I will introduce my sister who will be answering the question.
So, hello everyone. I am Yasamin Ibanez, the sister of Yanami. So, I'm excited to share or answers all your questions.
Okay, first question. How would you describe your personality?
Okay, so if I were to describe my personality, I would say that I am very passionate and dedicated. Especially with the things that I really wanted, I always make sure that I give my 110% in whatever I do. No matter how hard or no matter how easy it was, if I really love what I'm doing, so I always give my all. So I think that's one thing about my personality that I love the most.
Okay, do you think we are born with our personalities?
Yes, I think we are. Also, but that doesn't end there that we are born or inherit within us. But also, sometimes our personality, we've learned it with our environment, through our parents, through our friends, and how we grew up. So, I think, yes, we are kind of born with our personality.
Okay, next is what would you say is your best personality trait?
So, like what I have mentioned earlier, that I am very passionate and dedicated. So, that's one thing that I am very proud of in everything or in everything that I would do or when people tells me and I know that a lot of people I have friends, my mentors, my colleagues and even my parents tells me about that thing. So I think that is something that I'm really proud of, that I have that kind of trait or personality.
Okay, if you could change one thing about your personality, what would it be?
Okay, so that's a very nice question. If I were to change my personality, when I said earlier that I'm dedicated and compassionate about what I do and I give my 110%, I think that is something that I really wanted to work for, because sometimes I get exhausted on the things that I love doing. So, na yung mga times nga, even if kapoy na kayo ko or I feel so drained, I still do it. And I think that's really bad, no, because it suppresses your mental health. So, a lot of times already na nga nahitabo siya nga like I was very kanang I have anxiety attack. So I think that is something that I really wanted to change within my personality, who is someone that is very hardworking on the things that she really loves.
Question is, do you resent the way you were raised?
No, honestly, not Jude. Like in every little bits of it, I am very proud with how my parents raised me, how my parents raised us and our siblings. Like all of us, I can really say that we are very compassionate, that we are kind at our own way. So I am not even like I don't resent the way how my parents raised me and how I raised myself.
So next is, are you currently happy with your life?
Right now, I cannot say that I am really really happy, but I'm contented with what I have. Although I haven't reached to that point where I am very happy and I'm very like I've achieved everything, but right now I'm contented with what I want and I wanted to achieve more. So yeah.
Upon dying, if you had the choice to relive your life or live a different life, which would you choose?
Well, I must say, like, if given the chance, I would live my life again, because, even if I have regrets in my life, I always, think of being, like, grateful with whatever God has given to me. And, personally, I love my life. I'm contented with my life. So if I'll be given the chance to live a life again, I would choose mine, and I will make sure that the mistakes I did in this part of life of mine won't happen again in my next life.
Do you believe that your personality right now is based on how your parents raised you?
Well, I cannot really say that my personality right now is based on how my parents raised you. But of course, it is quite a factor on your personality with how your parents raised you. Kaya we know naman na even if when we start walking, when we start talking, our parents was there for us and they taught us all the good things and the bad things and the things that we should do and we shouldn't do. So I think a part of it was, I've learned it from my parents. A part of my personality was from my parents, and somewhat a part of my personality is innate from me, and I've acquired it with other with the people I met on a daily basis.
Okay, so our next question is, what are the words that people describe you often?
I think one word or words that I hear often with my friends, with my family, with my mentors, and the people that surrounds me is that I am very positive with everything that I do. Like I always smile, and then even if I'm being too hard on myself, I always made sure that I give positive energy to the people that surrounds me. And one thing that I love people, like I love hearing from people and when they say that I am very hardworking and passionate with what I do. So that is something that I loved hearing from other people.
Okay, so which one of those words do you think the best describe your personality?
So I think yes, I agree with them actually because I'm a very positive person. Like I always radiate positivities at most, and I agree with them as well because I am very hardworking and compassionate with whatever I do. So yeah, I think that's like best describes my personality.
Do you people often describe you as a good or bad person?
Well, we have good and bad sides in us, but as much as possible, I always try to be good to people. Even if sometimes they are acting bad or being too harsh on me or like they talk bad behind me, so I don't really care about that. As long as I am happy with what I'm doing and wala naman ko yung naapakan ng mga tao, so that doesn't matter at all. All I need to do is to be good to other people because what you do to others, they will do that to you as well.
Okay, so do you think you are more than meets the eyes of others?
So I always, whenever I talk to people, I always look at the eyes because the eyes is the door for truthness, the door of our body. When we look into the eyes of person, whenever we talk, we know sometimes even I know if they are genuine, if they lie. So I think it's very important that you meet the eye of someone that you are talking.
So our next question is, can you control your emotions well?
Well, I must say that I do. Honestly, really, I do can control my emotions. But, sometimes when you are too engaged into something, like, there are points in our life where we feel like we are too fed up with everything. So, sometimes, even if you wanted to control it so much, lumalabas din talaga siya. Like, whenever we are angry, even if you want to suppress it so much because we don't want to hurt other people, sometimes sobra natin kagalit, we say bad things. But as much as possible, I and myself always, try hard so much to control or to control my emotions.
Do you people know how you feel by looking at your face?
I don't think so because I think I'm a great pretender actually. Whenever I'm angry at someone, they don't even feel that I'm angry at them, or even whenever I dislike someone, they don't feel or they don't seem to know that I dislike them because I always like smile since I always smile. So people thought that you know it's real. So I think I'm good at hiding in my emotions, especially when I'm very sad. Since people knows me as a happy person, so they don't know if they don't know at the back of my mind nga, they don't know that I am experiencing, hardships, heartaches, failures in myself into something that I really want. So yes, I am actually quite good with hiding my emotions.
So next is, do you find it hard to explain your feelings to other person? Why?
Actually, I'm a kind of person who keep like my emotions or my feelings to myself. Not because I feel like others won't understand me, but I wanted it to be more personal for me. Although sometimes, whenever I try to speak to someone, sometimes maybe they don't understand what I'm feeling because lahi-lahi man gud taog personality. I mean, lahi-lahi taog thinking, especially on the things nga I am experiencing, tas basin wala siya na experience sa uban, and sometimes when you try to speak to them, there are times even I experience it nga when I try to share my feelings into others, they would say that that's they have negative feedback to that. So as much as possible, I know how to explain my feelings to someone. It's just that whenever I feel like super grabe na feeling, I always keep it to myself rather than telling it to somebody.
So next question is, why is it important to know your personality?
Well, it's very important because if you don't know your personality, if you don't know who you are, then you always question yourself. Kinsa jud ay ko? Like even I at some point in my life question myself, kinsa jud ay ko? Unsa jud ay akong purpose? No. So, we don't want that to happen po jud, honestly, because we don't want to question ourselves. So, as much as possible, it's important to really know who you are, what do you like, what do you hate, and what are the things that makes you happy. So, it's very important.
So next is your personality is more important than your looks?
For me, honestly, I think it's important. I think that personality is more important than your looks, because even if you're pretty, you're gorgeous, you're sexy, but like you have that bad attitude or bad personality, people won't love you, people won't like you, or people won't talk to you. So it's very important that you radiate a good personality with other person, because that's well, especially if you have friends, it's a very important po jud na kanang we know our personality well. So when we have that kind of personality that others love, so mo na siya, so important po jud siya.
Okay, so what is more important, attitude or personality, and why?
Well, when we say personality, it is innate in us. As we grow older, it's innate in us. But when we say attitude often, depends on how others treat you. So I think it's important, it is much more important ang personality rather than attitude, kasi when we say attitude man good, it is how others treat you. So if others treat you bad, if others treat on how you or others treat you good, so it radiates with that as well. So I personally would say that it is important to have that innate in us, which is the personality.
Okay, how do you improve your personality?
At some point, I know that, I have that bad personalities or personalities that others don't like about me. So, how do I improve? I always say this, that creative criticism or criticisms that is, acceptable. So, I always like, Jude, kanang hear them. I always wanted to hear people like telling me nga, ay, dili mi ganahan ani sa imo ha. So, with that, you improve yourself. So, what do you think what we should do to improve ourselves? It's important that we surround ourselves with people that is pure, that is genuine, and who will really talks you things even if it hurts you. So with that, you get to kanang improve yourself, improve your with the things with your personality, your attitude as well.
Next question is, how determined are you to achieve an outstanding image for the sake of your career?
Well, it's very important, especially right now that I am a fresh graduate. I build myself palang as of the moment. So, I always made sure that, people sees me as something like this. People perceived me as a good person. People perceived me as a happy, hardworking person. So, when people knows that, it's like a stepping stone for your career, slowly but surely. It's like you achieve little by little, and um, with that, you get outstanding, or you get a glimpse of who you are, and that also like what I told you earlier, that it's a stepping stone for your career.
Next is, personally, what do you do to improve the physiological aspect of your personality?
Well, I always made sure that I build myself up, and I surround myself with people that is good for my mental health, for my psychological health, and physiological health as well.
Give your top 3 steps in your journey to achieve an outstanding image.
I actually wanted to share this, especially to the young ones, because it's not I wanted to share this not because I am successful right now, but because I am just starting, and I know how hard it is for young ones to achieve something, and build themselves up. So I think the 3 things that I do to achieve who I am, because honestly I am very proud of how I achieved with my college years, with my college life. So these are like the 3 steps, or the things that I did to achieve whatever I achieved in my college life or my life. So first is be humble. Even if you achieve so much, even if you're on the top of your class, or you ace the exam, or you ace the oral recitation, just be humble. Achieve. Next thing is that be grateful. Be grateful. You become humble with the things that you achieve, and be grateful. Be thankful that you have achieved that, because not all people achieve that, and that is something na we're thankful ka in your life, because even if a lot of hard works, you have given a lot of efforts and hard works to that, it actually paid off. So it's important with that as well. Next thing I usually do is to continue being a learner. Learn and learn and learn, and that is how you grow. Whenever you are learning, you grow with that. So I myself is a continuous learner, so I always love learning. I always wanted to impart new knowledge in myself as much as possible. I read, I watch stuffs that is good for my mental health. So that's like the 3 steps that I wanted to share to everyone. Be humble, be down to earth, be grateful, and be a learner.